Hello, I'm Jordy. This run's going to be Tales No Emeralds, and it will be commentated by Ro.
Hello, it's me.
Alright, so not much chatter. Let's just get into this. 3, 2, 1, go. While I guess through these short Green Hill level runs, would you like to give a little overview on what this run will be like and what it will contain?
Yes, absolutely. This game, if you haven't noticed already, is Sonic Mania, but alas, we do not play as Sonic the Hedgehog, but instead as the best boy Tails. Now, Sonic Mania is a marvelous game, in the sense of not only does it look visually very pleasing, but also the fact that it combines the good and old Sonic games that we all love and hold very dear with some new little twists and turns to it. So the way it works is that the first act of the game is always close to the original, in the sense of like the level layout and the mechanics and whatnot. Like if you have played the original trilogy, you will see and feel many of the things that we have already seen in the past. But the second act is where it gets very interesting, because I already alluded to the second act. I've not yet finished explaining, and Jordy already beat the first boss. GG's to you.
Thank you.
The second act, as I was trying to explain, is where the unique mechanics come into play. For example, Green Hill has these zip lines that one can use. It's quite simple. You go, you grab, and then you just zip along. Now, what we do here is we grab the speed juice and we do a nicely timed jump right after the loop. It's not too difficult, takes a bit of practice, takes a bit of getting used to, but very satisfying to just make top routes so easily. The run itself, as we tried to explain earlier, is the fact that we are running bad ending in quotation marks, so just beat the game. Bad ending always has like this weird annotation, like, it's bad. No, it's just, we just do not collect the emeralds. Apart from that, we're still kicking Eggman in the bum. That's the main goal at the end of it. And yeah, you saw Death Egg Robo, but unlike the original Death Egg Robot, the feet don't have a hurt box, which is really nice, so we can just stand beneath them with like well-timed jumps and positioning. Just bam, 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 boss is done. And into the stage, which has, in my opinion, one of the best soundtracks ever, Chemical Plant Act #1. How do you feel about the music, Jody?
The music is top tier. I was a massive fan of Sonic music.
Absolutely. Like, the soundtrack is incredible. Like, the re-renders of this game as well. Like, you can definitely hear, you know, Green Hills, Green Hill, Chemical Plants, Chemical Plant. But the quote-unquote remixes or reimaginings of the second act are so well done in this game.
I agree. T. Lopez... Sorry. Yeah. T. Lopez, has, done such an amazing job.
Absolutely. The Mania soundtrack is just so good front to back. The jump you just saw right there, where we weren't even on screen, is very tricky. Like, Chemical Plant 1 was the first speedrun that I've ever learned, and getting that into muscle memory took so much time, and Jordy just makes it look so effortless. The mechanic of Chemical Plant 2, you already see at the bottom of the screen. It's a little, like, hint for the future. It's the goop. The goop comes in 3 flavors, and I wish it would be like, you know, lemon, strawberry, or something else. But it comes in dark blue, light blue, and green. What does that mean? The dark blue goo hurts us if we touch it. The light blue goo gives us a small jump, and the green, boom, as you saw right there, is a big jump. There's also this purple goo that kind of counts, I guess. It just brings us upwards with some red-yellow DNA. We go into the blue tube, and in the tubes, you don't even see it that fast. There's small sections where you can decide if you want to go top, bottom, left, right. We just hold top for the first 2. To go to the fastest route.
And those little blue balls hurt us.
Yeah, it's always bad in a Sonic game when you get blue balled.
That's intentional damage right there. Yep.
And then we go, oh, the map. And now comes one of my favorite parts in this run. We go into the blue tube and we hold the jump button for a big bounce. Boom! So fun, so satisfying. Love to see it. I guess, I mean, yes, you can count the purple. So we jump, we fly, and just go straight to the right. What this part of the level wants you to do is a little bit of like a figure 8, but Tails, the best boy with the ability to fly, just goes up there. Now this is tricky. We go to a big ring, but we do not go into the big ring. Because as we said, we try and do the quote-unquote bad ending, or just beat the game, where we don't collect any of the emeralds. So sometimes we have to navigate like a side of a big ring. And now comes everyone's favorite part in a Sonic speedrun. Flippin' Puyo Puyo!
Don't remind me, I don't like this. Oh, this is already...
You don't like Eggman's Mean Bean Machine?
No.
Do you know any combos?
I'm not very good at them.
Me neither. I straight up, like legit, I bought Puyo Puyo Fever on Switch just so I can practice off stream to fight this boss in the speedrun.
You know, I don't even blame you for that.
I don't know wrong, Puyo Puyo casually I guess is a fun game, but in a speedrun where it can just make or break your pace, it's just, why? Why, Sega?
Oh, this is bad.
That was a good combo.
Okay,
Somewhat their setup. Now, for those of you who don't know how this boss works, basically, if we get combos or like get lines of force with the Puyos, they disappear and they get thrown as trash Puyos on Eggman's side, like the gray ones you can see on the right side right now. They're uncolored, and the only way you can remove them is you have a combo adjacent to them. What we wish to do is just fill Eggman's board as much as we can so that he loses as fast as possible. Which happened right now. Hey, good job.
Yeah, a little bit longer than I want it to be, but that's fine.
There is a skip for this if I remember correctly, but it requires playing as Sonic and Tails, and we do not do that in this marathon. Because we focus on the actual heroes, you know, the good characters like Tails and Knuckles and Studiopolis, which is a really cool level because it is the level that made us have Sonic Mania in the first place. This level was pitched to Sega from the development team at the beginning as like, you know, hey, we could do something new and different and cool. And Sega was like, you know what? Kind of looks awesome, not gonna lie, let's do this. And that's how Sonic Mania got to be. So this is the first original stage, which is not based on, you know, the classical games with Green Hill and Chemical Plant, as you saw before. This is completely fresh. And the gimmick about this one, for example, is the Hornet Bus. We get turned into onion rings. Nom, nom, nom.
So what levels are there that are not from the original Sonic games that are in Sonic Mania?
The OG levels that are in this game are Studiopolis, this is here right now, Press Garden, and Titanic Monarch.
Okay.
I think, unless I forgot one. Should be all the original
I
ones.
think you nailed it. Oh no.
Now, this is the Heavy Gunner, the first of the heavies? Yeah, it's the first of the heavy bosses. The robots that Eggman built / hired to be like, you know what, mess them up please for me. And the way this boss works is that the Heavy Gunner fires 3 rockets, one of which is blue, in like top, bottom, down positions as we see them when they got shot out. It's also the position they come on the screen. So the first rocket comes first, the second, the third. We want to see as many ones as possible. And this is complete RNG. We have no way to manipulate this. We have no way to change this. It's just hope for the best. And the way this boss works is just on an endless loop, basically. So if we were to just avoid the rockets forever, the stage would also go on forever. And yeah, this is a boss that is incredible for reading out any donations or getting out any blurbs or any notation that you want to throw out in this point of time.
Absolutely, yeah. And I want to take a moment in time just to shout out Ro for being an absolute massive help for me.
I'm always happy to help, especially when it's about Mania, and twice as much if it's about Tails, because I freaking love this character. He's so underappreciated. I know everyone, like, gangs up on him for being a bit of a nuisance and a liability when you have him as a partner if you play Sonic or whatever. But, like, Tails as a character is just amazing. Like, he's so young, but he's so incredibly smart, builds up his courage, just tries to be there. And even Eggman, who, you know, is a bit of a rude person, to say the least, has oftentimes been seen acknowledging Tails for his intellect. And that by itself already is a huge compliment if you think about it. Studiopolis, Act number 2! Again, wonderful soundtrack. I love the music in this level. And Studiopolis, I think this act, like the second act, is a bit more on the nose of why it's called that way. You see, like, it's like a movie set or a TV set where you record stuffs, and alas, I thought we were going top rod for a second there. But again, this is a different category than the one that I'm running. So gotta be more careful. Would you watch Act TV? If that was an actual channel on television, would you watch Act TV?
Most probably, yes. I don't watch a lot of TV, but that would be something I would watch.
I bet they'd bring it on Netflix or something like that.
That wouldn't surprise me.
No. I wonder what Edmund would have to say. Something, he'll get himself a promotion or something.
You tried to take over Netflix.
Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't blame him.
Oh, whoops. I forgot to jump.
This section right here is a prime example of why Tails is the best boy. These bumpers to get like through them is a bit annoying with all the other characters, but Tails' hitbox, as is usually the case, is smaller than the one of the most characters. So with Tails, you can just squeeze in between the little gaps of the like bumper circles that you saw right.
It's also possible with Knuckles and Ray, with Ray's glide, both flying ability and Knuckles' through them.
I don't play as Knuckles. He can't jump, so I'm like, I don't like him.
Yeah,
No,
don't
like,
blame you.
Knuckles is a cool guy. Like, I do like Knuckles, but it's just fun to meme on him because dude can't jump. Yeah, second boss. There's a little Easter egg, like with the sound you hear at the end of it, and the date that you saw right now, the 07/12/16. Go look it up. It's quite funny, because there was a glitch at a Sega live representation, and that sound played there on that date. It's a nice little Easter egg. Like, if you take your time to explore the game, because of course Johnny's just speeding through it like the absolute legend, but if you take your time to explore, look around a little bit, not just do you see many of the things that we are used and have seen in the old Sonic games, because again, Flying Battery is based on one of the older games, so it has lots of parts that we've already seen in the past, wonderful reimaginings. But there are also many like little like Easter eggs and nods to the past and whatnot. This part of the level is quite interesting. The ceiling, as you saw, is electrocuted, or electrified. Electrified, I think, is the more fitting term. It also magnetizes it, so the spike balls that you saw on the floor get drawn to the top, which happens every time there is an 8 on the timer. That is very helpful to know as a speedrunner.
You know what? I actually did know that.
You didn't know that?
No.
Yeah. Who was it? I think Rh0min or someone taught it to me, where like every time the seconds show an 8, like 10, like 1018, 1028 and whatnot, the electricity gets turned on. It legit helped me, like, because depending on how bad I am to get to that point, I can estimate, should I just spin dash and jump or not? Will I get squeezed?
Oh, that's so funny.
Tail-shaped pancake. Nom nom nom. Oh, I haven't had pancakes in ages. Act 1 of the flying boss battery fight thing. Trash compactor gotcha grab game. He's already defeated. GG's! So the whole point of this boss fight is that there's trash on the floor and the walls are getting closer and closer, like trying to squish you, like in Star Wars, I think, was it?
Yes.
Which also pushes the trash higher up so that you can reach him with your jumps and blah. We are best boy Tails. He can just fly up there. The reason why Tails is considered the easy mode in many Sonic games is the fact that the flight counteracts many of the bosses' quote-unquote quirk or difficulty, in the sense of many bosses are based on the fact that Sonic can't reach it with a regular jump. But Tails does not rely on it. He can fly. He's superior, because he has 2 tails. Thumbnail Act 2. If we had all emeralds, there would be a cool skip right now where we could just fly underneath the entire stage, but instead we're going into the ship, which... this section right here, where we just flew to the right, if you follow the path upwards where it just flings you up, you waste like 4 minutes, it feels like. Spider Steve! Hello! We lost Spider Steve. Spider Steve's a good friend of ours.
We almost skipped Spider Steve.
Only almost. We can't skip Spider Steve. It's very precise. It luckily doesn't like make or break the run. It's just a few seconds saved or
Yeah.
lost. Imagine if Spider Steve would be like a 5-minute time loss or whatever. That'd be like, what the heck? Now, this is a cool thing. This is one of the most amazing looking things that you can see in this run. And we got it. Wonderful, wonderful. So we just skipped the entirety of the boss fight and the last like fourth of Flying Battery 2. The way this works is that the boss in this level is also endless scrolling, but vertically. And the capture is already loaded in, but underneath the boss area. So what we can do with Tails is we just fly to the right and avoid the entire boss section. But it's very tricky. You need to be precise with where you land. If you land too early, you soft lock. The camera locks. You can't get out of there. You can't kill yourself. You can't reset. You have to reset the run, basically. If you fly too far to the right, you drop to your death, which also kills the run. Let's face it, run is done.
Yeah.
So the landing needs to be good. You also may have seen the glider down there. Do not touch it. If you touch that glider, it breaks the game. There's actually a category extension, which is glider %, if you want to learn the speedrun for that one.
Which I also have the world record in.
Hey, amazing. Press Garden, the next original stage in this game, where Eggman prints his propaganda, I guess, or what was I going to say in the background? I can't fully make out what it reads there, but it's probably just, Sonic is bad. Support the Eggman Empire.
You know,
Donate now to your local egg stand.
That wouldn't surprise me.
Something, all hail Eggman. That would be a weird song.
All hail Eggman. Heroes rise again.
Oh, let's rise again. Now this boss, very important, this boss waves at us. So as is custom, we have to wave back at the boss. Hello, boss. Hello.
Hi, boss.
We love this boss. So the gimmick of this boss is that we have to wait until he throws out his saw blade arm spinning with the jingy thing to hit one of the metal crates to break his arm so that we can just bam, bam, bam right in there. Well, the question is, will we do cutscene skip? Oh.
No. I was a little bit too late. The timing for
this is unpleasantly precise. Again, it doesn't, like, this is luckily another skip where it doesn't necessarily make or break the run. But if you land and spin dash at the right moment, you skip the in-between cutscene where it's like, press garden, act 2, blah, 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 blah. You just spin dash and continue on. It's a funny little thing. It's satisfying to pull off, but it's not a, neck breaker if you fail it in the run. Press Garden 2, the obligatory ice stage. Sonic games have to have an ice level. They tend to be pretty cool. The music isn't as great as Ice Cap, but still, quite the banger, I must admit. The gimmick in this level is, as you can see, Tails is frozen solid. He doesn't look too pleased about it. I mean, I think it did help him be a little bit cooler. Anyways, thank you for having me, Jordan. I'll see myself out now.
You already did.
And we fight the Heavy Shinobi. Now, Heavy Shinobi is the boss fight that basically questions who has the bigger hitbox. Unfortunately for Tails, it's Heavy Shinobi. Every other character you can just basically somewhat stand in the hitbox whenever they try to land on you. Tails can't. But alas, nothing that stops us. We just have to jump into I think Heavy Shinobi is a her, even.
I'm not too sure.
I'm not sure either. Amber once told me that some of
They.
them...
We'll say they.
Yeah.
Always safe with
Stardust Speedway! This is the act with the smoothest song ever in the game. So now we switch into smooth commentary mode. Jordy, how are you feeling so far?
I am feeling pretty good. This run has not been the best, but it's been very steady. I'm very, very relaxed right now with your smooth talking and the smoothness of this level's music. Again, T. Lopez does an absolutely amazing job with these soundtracks.
100% agree. Stardust Speedway is a level that, like both Act 1 and 2, if done right, you just see the flow consistently going. Jordy again showing it quite nicely. The general flow of the speedrun, I think, in Mania is very cool to look at. Just because you don't really have much like waiting points, I'd say, like you have in Marvel Zone and Sonic 1, for example. It's just consistently moving. Act 1, the boss. The little light bulb enemies. Something I learned quite late is the fact that the boss does not spawn until you have ground contact.
Mm-hmm.
So after you've defeated the smaller ones, if you were to fly for whatever reason, as long as Jordy stays in the air, the boss doesn't spawn in. I wasted a lot of time and murdered a run that way. Because I didn't know. Because I thought I'll just fly at the right height and just get early hit. Nope. The level that plays itself, Stardust Speedway Act number 2. The music turns up, it looks really cool. This is more based on the OG. Like, both Act 1 and 2 are a bit more close to the original ones because, you know, Stardust Speedway in Sonic CD had the time travel mechanic. So Act number 1 was the past, and Act number 2 is the future now. That's the way they like try to compensate and make both of them in. If we wouldn't have skipped the cutscene, we would have actually also seen Tails time traveling. But cutscenes waste time. We don't want to waste time. This is a speed run. And after all, like, oh, I thought that Metal Sonic was gonna be here and like be a threat to us. It was luckily just a hologram because oh my god, it's actually him.
Oh no. Let's go. Run away.
As we do in original Sonic CD, the first part of this is a race, or just, you know, run away from him. Because he's fast, he can fly in front of us, has some attacks that we can/can't avoid. He's really going after you. This boss fight has 3 phases. The race right now, the Silver Sonic stage, which we can hopefully skip with precise flying. Nice, well done. So
there's one attack that can stop that, and we didn't get it.
No. Normally there would have been an entire phase where we have to, like, where Metal Sonic gets into a little machine, summons little Silver Sonics and blood, wastes a lot of time. But with precise flying, we can fly over the boss trigger, going straight into the third phase, which is Neo Metal Sonic. Kind of reminiscent of Sonic Heroes, if you have ever played that one. Ever played Heroes?
I did when I was young. I haven't played it again since. I kind of really want to again. That would just be nostalgia for me.
I think it's actually still my most played 3D Sonic game, just because I love it so much.
Nice.
This entire run could have been done right now if Tails would have actually grabbed the Phantom Ruby. But he didn't. So we continue. While we are in my favorite stage of all time, I freaking love Hydro City 1 and 2. These are my personal favorite stages in the entire speedrun. Also Hydro City. How do you call it?
I call it Hydro City.
Wonderful, I'm staying as a commentator. I'm going to take a short time to explain the story very quickly. The whole thing is based around the Phantom Ruby, which is this little crystal you saw after we defeated Neo Metal Sonic. And that thing can manipulate the space, time, dimension, things, whatever. It's not fully elaborated, technically. And Eggman has it. And Sonic and friends are like, yeah, maybe don't. Kind of would like that one back. Or just, you know, not in your possession. So that's the point. This is a Tails-only skip, and I freaking love it. This is Zombie Tails. Oh, we got it! Perfectly nice.
This one might take time to explain, will it?
Yeah! The whole idea is that the way we pull it off is we wait until the drowning timer reaches 0, and then we intentionally get grabbed by the by the jellyfish enemy. I need snacks, I guess.
Somebody's craving jelly beans.
Basically what we're doing is we're like kind of glitching out the game in a sense of like, we're kind of dead, but we're not, which allows us to be in this weird state where anything that's sprite-based doesn't hit us. So the spikes, as you saw, any like quote-unquote solid objects, we just skip completely, doesn't matter at all to us. And normally, if you just continue to the right, we would be stuck there a little bit to wait out a cutscene where we see Eggman in skin-tight scuba gear, which is just But if you pause and move correctly, you skip it entirely as well. Hydro City Act number 2. The one that is closer to the original this time, in my opinion, I think. Because the first one had the pulleys in the water. Hydro City is the level where they switched it up a little bit. Hydro 2 doesn't really have any like glitches or skips or tricks that we do, but the same tactic that used in Sonic 3 and Knuckles also works here. Whereas the level is designed in a infinity sign, so like a figure 8 if you were to lay it down. And the way it works is that, you know, instead of going the infinity sign like down and then up and then blah, 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 we just take a horizontal line and fly across the entire thing. So we have to move a certain distance into the place so that we can get the foreground background swap, and then just go back down again to the right path. I love Hydro City 1 and 2. Like, again, the design, the music, the levels, especially the Tails Runner, these two levels are just really, really cool to look at because they just show off the big strengths of Tails. Baba Shield, of course, we have to go with wow.
Wow.
And what we can do here, which also worked in the original game if I remember correctly, is the fact that we did not do the figure 8 skip, but instead we spin dash towards the ramp and jumped at a certain time so we angle ourselves through the ramp. This boss, the Toilet of Doom as I like to call it. We are underwater. We are underwater right now, and the whole point is that we have to use these bombs to direct them into Eggman. If you do not have the bubble shield, this boss gets really tight. Whenever you hit him with a bomb, you get a bubble. That is very helpful. But this boss is also a little bit RNG, because the pattern that comes with the bombs and the spikes is randomized. There are some patterns that are more favorable, some that are a bit more random. This, for example, is a bit meh, because we
have
can't
this
really attack him.
spike corridor of doom.
Yeah. But this should be the fourth and last bomb if I saw correctly, or counted correctly. No, one more, and then we go to second phase.
There's a chance we can get that spike corridor twice and you lose 10 seconds over it. It's just completely out of your control again.
Pain and suffering. Spin dashing out to position ourselves and just bounce, bounce, bounce on Eggman. The boss is just straight up as you know it from Sonic 3 and Knuckles. Or Sonic 3 Air, if you play, you know, the fan trilogy. We've defeated the boss, we try and stay in the air, and now the important thing here is where we land. Because we cannot skip the ending cutscene here.
If you
After,
hold,
you know, the timer is done.
If you hold down or you hold left, you soft lock or hard lock.
Yeah. You can actually hold down in the right position and it makes it faster.
There's that too.
If you land in the bottom third of the ramp and hold down, it pushes you up, and then you spin that, like, you just like roll down the ramp. We just try to figure out ways how to make Tails leave the screen faster, because the cutscene only ends if Tails leaves the screen. And here we are, at everyone's favorite part of a speedrun, the auto-scroller. Heck yeah! We started off with Knuckles going, oh no, because Heavy Magician was like, be gone with you, Red One! Now we always Tails and Sonic. Sonic is flying the tornado this time. Which I always thought about, why does the tornado have Sonic F written on it? I never learned that.
I think it's not actually the tornado, it's thing.
Is it Sonic's plane?
Yeah.
Why does Sonic have a plane if you can just run faster anywhere anyway?
Beats me, honestly.
But he has cool goggles, at least that's worth something.
This level, instead of just calling it the auto-scroller pane, I like to call it the score haven, because you can do this thing where you just continuously spin dash on it by holding down and just tapping up on the analog stick and keep Tails going. And there's no cooldown for the score when you bump into enemies, so you just constantly get 10,000 from them.
Oh.
It's a very nice score builder. The score does absolutely nothing, it's just a nice show off. Oh my god, double 420.
I wish I had like MLG horn on soundboard right now. Just... Oh look, it's the action. I love how he managed to put like his mustache and stuff on the train. Like points to Eggman for design.
And like the actual horn itself is like an Eggman face.
Oh, true.
That I find quite amusing.
And now we go thunk and get shot into the air, land back on the plane, and we go into the boss fight, which I cannot name because that's not family friendly. But as you saw, the entire level was an autoscroller, so technically you could also just, you know, read out some blurbs, engage in conversation, do some donations, depending on where you submit this to. This boss pattern is RNG. The boss can either jump towards us and then jump backwards again, which is something we want to see because there we can get hits in. Or the worst thing the boss could do is go to either side like that to the right, and just nice double hit.
9 times out of
I just
10,
wasted a lot of time.
the boss will do that. 9 times out of 10, if you get a 3, like where the caterpillar comes forward and goes back, then comes forward again. 9 times out of 10, it'll go to the side.
What's it called? Caterpillar.
I don't know, I call it the caterpillar.
Okay. Mirage Solo Act number 2, which is a really cool level. Like, music and aesthetics, again, amazing. Which is also the level where we normally have, I have to shout it out because I love it so much, the ice cream skip. We can't do it because it relies on a partner. But nonetheless, look at all the ice cream. Oh, would love some ice cream.
I could go for some ice cream right now.
What's your favorite flavor?
My favorite flavor has got to be strawberry.
Good choice, good choice. Strawberry's nice. I'm more of a lemon person myself.
Okay.
It's just the most refreshing in my opinion. If you haven't noticed yet, Mirage Saloon Act number 2 is straight up based on a, saloon. Get it where the name comes from. And keeps using all the, pistol mechanics. We try and stick to bottom route this time, which is surprisingly the faster one here. And move towards the actual fight against Heavy Magician, which brings up some characters that some of you might know. Can you name all 3 of them, John?
No. No,
Awesome.
I cannot.
I can name 1.5. This is Fang, we know him. Or Knack, as some of us call him. I don't know where the name Knack comes from. But Heavy Magician just goes with the hands and then transforms into one of the characters. This one is... Is it Beak? I think? I don't remember. Those 3 are actually known characters that are, in the comics and whatnot, but I just keep forgetting their names. The way this works is, again, Heavy Magician just transforms. Depending on who Heavy Magician transforms into, they use a different attack. Or we just either face tank it or position ourselves well to get a hit straight in.
Fang, Bean, and Bark. I did not know
Fang,
that.
Bean, and Bark. Bean. How did I come to Bean, Beak? Yeah, close enough. Because I think of like a bird beak, I guess. Oil Ocean! Why the heck is this part of this game? Out of all the levels that Sega could have brought back, they went with Oil Ocean. I guess that's what we'll roll with now. The cool thing with Oil Ocean is, though, that Tails again shines. As you saw right now, there are some sections where you're supposed to go left, and then right all the way, and then left, and then yeah, and Tails is like, yeah, I'll just fly out, mate, thank you. It's just really interesting how much Tails' fly gets to get utilized in this run. Just to avoid certain areas or get up to certain areas quicker. And at the end of the day, Tails is also the safest character for newer players, in my opinion, because if you fall down from top route, which is normally the fastest in Sonic games, which we try to stick to, you can always just fly back up. And here comes the boss we all like and pity the most. It's Bob the Builder! Does he get an attack off? I don't think so.
Can he fix it? No, he can't.
Well, certainly not now. All Ocean Act number 2. After we burned everything down, because eco-terrorism is a thing from Sonic characters, I guess. The mechanic of All Ocean 2 is the fog you see right now. What Jordi did right now is positioning in a very specific point in the end screen, so the Tails did not grab the pulley thingy, which would remove the fog. The way the fog works is that it normally builds up in density. And once it has reached a certain level of, well, density or denseness, I guess you could call it, it starts to drain your rings, like similar as if you were in the super state. But because we haven't grabbed the pulley, the actual fog mechanic hasn't kicked in and it's just in this constant, like, intermediate state where just nothing happens. Visibility is a little bit low, but we've ran through the level so often we just know where to go and what to do. If the fog's actually, like, fully formed, it's a little bit more annoying, because it's like, where am I? Where am I going? What's happening? Also, don't breathe this. I think that'd be really bad for the lungs to breathe all of that, like, fog in. Can we skip the boss?
Sadly, no.
No. So the way this would work is that... Woodwork? We're not woodworking. God, I'm bad with puns today. Before we get to the boss, it's super precise and really annoying. You can fly up in a very specific position And I keep forgetting, either you want to hug the ceiling of the screen, or you want to avoid it.
You want to hug it.
And then you want to hug it and then fly all the way to the right. Just like very, very narrowly fly above the boss trigger. But even if we don't get it, as you can see, Jordi making short work of Eggman. And moving into the stage, which has one of, if not the best song in the entire freaking game, which is Lava Reef Act 1. So as is custom, all of you lovelies who hear this, who see this, spam all of your dance, your jam, your hype emotes, anything that just vibes to the music.
First death of the run.
Because this is so hot, the soundtrack is so like scorchingly hot that Jordi was like, you know what, I'll elaborate this and show it off by just straight up hugging a fireball.
So true.
That's just the way we do. These stair jumps are a lot more difficult than one might think. Just hold right and jump. Nope, you'll bonk against the stairs, it'll make you slower. No. But yeah, amazing song. Love Lava Reef. If you have any dance and stuff, it's always great in a marathon or a given situation where just you see all the people coming in there with the dances and the jams and the hypes. That's just
so beautiful.
And if you Lava Reef is a good song.
Oh. We lost.
It is important that we grab the flame shield and preferably keep a hold of it, because as you saw, the whole point of Lava Reef is, well, lava, adoy. The flame shield prevents us from taking fire damage. The lightning shield prevents us from taking lightning damage. The bubble shield avoids drowning through some magical way. Don't question the physics behind it. I was genuinely scared for the squish at that point after the checkpoint.
Yeah, we're fine. I've done this so many times. Oh, I nearly got caught there.
Oh. The speed shoes are, as always, a great tool to have in the Sonic games, and in Mania as well, unless you have the super state. Because what many don't know, actually, is speed shoes are slower than a super transformation. Did you know that, Jordi?
Speed shoes are slower than a super transformation.
Yes. That makes
sense. You
were to be super. Yeah. Yeah, but the problem is, if you are super transformed and then grab speed shoes, you get slower.
Oh no, yeah, I have experienced that at some point.
It's actually just straight up a debuff.
It's very weird.
The boss of Lava Reef number 1. The way it works is that the boss slams down to the floor, and if it breaks one of the like stony bits at the floor, it causes the lava to erupt and break away part of its armor. And we wish to do that a total of 3 times, or 2 times if you use the damage boost. Didn't get the fan hit, interesting. Okay, playing it safe. If you hit it 2 times, or like let it get hit two times, the center armor breaks so we can get actual hits in. If you make it a 3rd time, the arm armor breaks so you can hit it more easily. Are we going for Dark Lava Beef?
No.
Oh.
I don't know how to do that.
You don't know how to do that? It's actually quite easy. I can show it off to you after the run.
Okay.
The way it works is that you let the cutscene play out until the fade in starts, so like the screen goes all black. And the moment the fade in begins, like where the screen starts to go light again, you just skip it. Because it then locks the screen at the darkness it has at the time. So the level actually stays dark, which looks amazing with the crystals, because they are colorful and lit up. They're so lit, bro, for real, no cap and stuff. I speak the young cool language, I swear. I don't.
I might be getting too old for that myself.
Same. But alas, speedrunning is not bound to age or gender or anything. Any one of you lovelies can pick up this incredible game and learn from us. And with from us, I mean from the incredible community that we have. The Sonic speedrun community is very welcoming, and I'm genuinely grateful to be part of it.
So am I.
Lava Reef Act number 2. More chill, more calm than Lava Reef 1, at least when you look at it color palette-wise, you know, with the more blue tones and soft tones. It's a very cool level, quite literally. Except for the lava, that's kind of hot. I'll stop with the puns at some point, maybe. Can't make any promises.
keep it going.
Just out of curiosity, do you call it the flame shield or the fire shield?
I call it the fire shield.
That actually makes no difference, but I always find it interesting to see like who calls it what. I switch depending on how I feel of the day.
That's fair.
This is normally a section where, you know, Knuckles would be like, ha 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 ha, I punched this boulder and you fall back down the stairs. But Knuckles is on our side this time, so just continue on to the eggs. Zeppelin, I think, is where we are right now.
And this is the last of the heavies.
Yep, the Heavy Rider.
Huh?
Heavy Rider. And the Motorbug, which has incredibly evil-looking eyes. And I don't know why that is the case. So the way the Heavy Rider works is that it just comes from left to right, right to left, and we just have to avoid the spike ball it swings around, and hopefully try to get some hits in. It's a lot more difficult than one might think.
Yeah, it's been very difficult right now.
I have to say, I love when it does the jump over the flames. It goes with the yay and the confetti. That's just like, yeah. A little bit adding insult to injury as a player, but yay!
This is what we're supposed to be doing. There we go.
Yep, with proper timing, we can get some nice double bounces in. And hands up for all of you lovelies who recognize what the thing in the background is. That's right, it's a sphere. We go into Metallic Madness now.
I was about to say Death Star.
Yes, but the Death Star is a sphere, is it not?
That is very true, yes. Also, did you
See?
know this is anime?
This is in fact anime. This is also a rap song.
It's the only
Metal-
song in this game that has lyrics.
Yeah, true. Oh, the only two songs, like Metallic Madness 1 and 2.
Yeah, yeah.
The only zone that has lyrics, let's put it like that. The lyrics are, as I just mentioned, in fact rap lyrics, because they're a little bit hard to hear in the game itself. If you listen to it in your own free time, do give it like a good listen, maybe slow it down, because it's a rap battle between Eggman and Sonic. Don't ask me to recite the lyrics, I do not know them by heart.
I don't know them either. I have been curious to search them up. Because I haven't done that yet.
You should make a cover.
Oh no. I'm a horrible singer, don't make me do that.
It's a rap, you don't have to sing, you have to rap.
I can't even rap.
Some of you all might recognize this boss. This is the final boss from Sonic 1, but unlike 4 pillars, we have 5. And the interesting thing about this is there will always be a gap in between. So if you were to enumerate them from like 1 to 5, left to right, you will never ever have a combination of 1, 2, or 3, 4, or 4, 5, where they're like right next to each other. There will always be a gap in this game, which Sega, I think, realized that how punishing and painful the first one was. And we're now in the second phase, which is the desperation phase. Eggman still follows the rule that there will always be a gap in between. However, he always comes out of the fourth pillar. So as speeders, we try to like keep track, like 1, 2, 3, 4, like which is the fourth one, so we know this is the one that Eggman will be in, so we can hit him at that point. I like to count in different languages when I do this boss sometimes. It's just for the fun of it. Yeah.
Thanks to thanks to MikeMino321, I always like do like Count Dracula.
Oh, the 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah, the laugh is important at the end. Right.
Actually, when I was like kindergarten kid, had a Ernie plush.
Really?
Yeah.
That's amazing. Right, Metallic Madness 2.
Is amazing because we get to see the chibi characters. Look at Chibi Tails. Look at this and tell me it's not the most adorable, cute thing you've seen in this game so far.
It's super adorable.
Yes. Metallic Madness 2 works in the way that we have these little sections where we turn chibi or big. It doesn't make a difference in the sense of like playing the character. Like Tails can still fly, we can still, you know, be adorable and amazing and fast. There are just certain sections that with the chibi you can like go through the tubes and whatnot. But yeah, all in all, the relatively straightforward level. It's a bit tricky in the knowing of where to go, like up and down wise. Can be a little bit confusing for people who start out with the run. This section we are right now is a nice point of knowing where you are in the run, simply because the spinning platform which pushed us down is based on a global timer. We are now at Gacha the boss. How this works is, if you hit the spinny thing in the middle, it'll spawn one of 3 possible bosses. Amy Doll, the Marble Zone boss, or the Emerald Hill Zone boss from Sonic 1, 2, and this, I guess. Has Amy Doll has not been in anything else so far, I think.
I don't think so.
Maybe like some Sonic EXE game or whatever. But not here.
That
So we gotcha all the
surprise me.
toys. We break the egg robots, and now we have to wait for the actual Eggman, our final prize! Yay! It runs away. Nice little optimization here at the end of the run, where we spin dash into the blue laser, but turn left at the very last moment, so that the transformation pushes us towards the capsule and not away from it. And with that, we move into the final stretch and the last original level of the game, which kind of is nice to make sense that they make the final level an OG one, is the Titanic Monarch. Personally, not a big fan of the level, but it is a very fitting last level. The way it starts off is that right here at the beginning, Tails shows off his strength with flight. Normally you would have to do like some big rug'em around to get to the platform up there. Tails just flies straight upwards. We also have the safety cars. Do wear your seatbelts, everyone, when driving a car or any motorized vehicle. Unless it's a bike. I don't think motorbikes have a
Yeah,
belt.
motorbikes don't have belts.
Really
I think it would be
And
a
we
lot
have-
more dangerous if motorbikes didn't have... It would be more dangerous if motorbikes did have seatbelts.
Yeah, I was going to say, that seems actually like the worst idea in that situation.
I got my
I
words
don't
mixed
have
up
a favorite
there.
part. We grab the lightning shield and we wait for the lightning to take us and ascend us! Ascension has been achieved! Because as we said, the lightning shield magnetizes us, or just, you know, makes us go with the lightning. There are some scary, squishy sections in this area. Some Tails doesn't bother with because he's luckily small enough. And this skip is Tails exclusive. We stand at a very specific point. We crouch down and then we get like squished into the wall from the platform, which legit only works as Tails. Sonic, Knuckles, Mighty, if they were to attempt this, their hitbox is too big. They would get squished by the spikes and just, you know, squinch. Grab the invincibility near the end and try to make our way as fast as possible to make, you know, good use of the invincibility, because we are now facing... Do you know what this is, you lovelies? Right, it's Crimson Eye. Not Red Eye. No. Crimson Eye. Distant cousin from across the states. The way it works is the first phase is the same, but the second phase is this elevator section where, depending on if it goes up or down, it changes the gravity of the room. Like, you either jump lower or higher. But again, Tails being the best boy, he don't care, he fly.
Yep.
Pushing us into the final level of the run, which is Titanic Monarch Act number 2. Titanic Monarch Act number 2 actually also has, similar to Lava Reef 2, we say Dark Lava Reef because it's a Dark Titanic Monarch, which Georgie actually pulled off. The level is darker than usual now.
I'm surprised
It
how much
works
it
the
did.
Yeah. Depending on the timing, like how quickly you manage to get it after the fade in, the darker it gets. The way Titanic Monarch 2 works is... Yes?
I was like acknowledging what you said there, like, oh, I did not know that.
The way Titanic Monarch 2 works is the fact that it's a quote-unquote choose your own adventure. There are 4 paths that we must take. Top left, top right, bottom right. The order in which we do them is completely up to us. In the beat the game route, I think... I will explain this, but try to be calm about it to let Jordy focus. Oh my god, first step done. The way this works is that we... Oh, I hate this skip so much. Are we stuck?
No. I need to find it. Need to find it. There's a little gap here somewhere that we can fall through. and it's roughly around here.
I just tried to Jody focus on this one because this is the most difficult skip in the game.
Okay, we're back in. And there, right, we're there.
Nice, good job. TM2 skip. This is the one where we do not choose our own adventure, but we have to go to a specific one first. The way this works is we go into the lightning ball, we have to hold left for a specific amount of milliseconds, jump at the exact right frame to clip into the wall, spin dash upwards, reposition ourselves to then do more frame perfect jumps to skip the entirety of the level, which saves like 2.5 minutes. Like, this is an actual make or break situation in the run, which unfortunately is right at the very last level, but if done correctly is so satisfying. I myself never bothered to learn it, because holy heck, that requires way too much skill and brain power, which I don't have. But luckily we have Jordy showing this off now, because Jordy's freaking amazing at this. Pushing us into the final boss. The boss, during certain phases, can't hit us, we can't hit it. I mean, it could hit us, but we're just too good at dodging. So what we have to do is wait and dodge around until he summons the lightning from his arms, which brings down the barrier, which allows us to hit the boss. And this is one of the rare cases where the boss gets easier the more you hit it, because it destroys the lightning arms, and fewer arms means fewer things that can hit us. So 2 more hits, and then the run is done. So we have to wait for the rockets being shot. Eggman lands, does 1 more jump.
Time.
G's, Jordy.
Thank you.
But yeah, Sonic Mania. Beat the game as Tails. Kick Eggman's booty. We just leave the Fenrir Ruby there, I guess, and make a run for it, because the base is about to explode.
And just like every explosion fall, Eggman will surely survive this.
Yeah. Cooked eggs are better anyway.
How do you like your eggs?
Fried or sunny side up are my favorites, truth be told.
Okay, okay.
I love eggs for breakfast. Oh, there's nothing better than eggs for breakfast. What's your favorite?
I don't like eggs. So none!
Oh no! Anyways, this was the run. I hope you enjoyed this, and thank you for having me as a commentator for this, Jordy.
Thank you so much as well. A pleasure having you.
And yeah, I hope to see you all sometime soon. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.